We've introduced in version 16 the ability to create XML scripts. These scripts let you execute Statgraphics procedures without going through the menus and the dialog boxes. Now, since its inception, Statgraphics has been a menu-driven, dialog box controlled program. There is no underlying language that things get translated into as there is in some other statistical programs. For power users, if you needed to, let's say, repeat a set of analyses on multiple data sets, you then typically needed to copy a Statfolio or use our copy analysis option. You couldn't, though, just go into a text editor, copy a section of code, and repeat it many times. Well, with the XML scripts, you can. What's particularly helpful with the XML scripts, two places I think they'll really be useful. Number one, in allowing you to repeat a set of analyses on multiple data sets. As I said, you'll be able to go into Notepad, just copy a section of the script, repeat it many times in order to do the same sort of analyses on more than one data set. Secondly, the XML scripts may also be submitted to our new Statgraphics.net web services. Now, the web services are designed to allow user-written web applications to access Statgraphics procedures. And the XML scripts are the way that a program running within a browser can communicate with the web services. Here you see a typical analysis, a simple regression in this case, that's been run on a set of data that's been loaded into the data sheet. To see the underlying script, you can go to File, XML Scripts, and ask to display the current script. This will bring up a window in which you can observe what the script would look like that could reproduce this same analysis. Now, it's not actually being executed, but when you go into this window, it's actually creating a script which you can then later save and re-execute. At the top of the script, you'll see a section titled Globals. This is where certain global settings are set, like the number of significant digits, the confidence level, that sort of thing. Below that, you see a data statement. The data statement is telling it, in this case, to load into sheet A the file nonlin.sgd. Below that, you see a proc statement. And it's executing, in this case, just one proc, the sreg, the simple regression proc. Within that proc, there are statements specifying the input for y, the input for x, an indication of the model number, in this case number 19 that's being fit, which happens to be a squared y reciprocal x model. You see an output section where it tells the program what tables and graphs it wishes to create. In this case, a summary table, a table of residuals, a graph of the fitted model, and also a residual plot. Most of the settings on my graphs are the default values, so there's no statement for that in the script. Just for fun, though, I overrode a couple settings. On the first graph, I set the background color to yellow, and on the second graph, I set the point type to filled squares to show you what the script would look like. So that's the underlying script that actually generates that simple regression procedure, or could generate it, if I saved it away and ran it. Actually, I think I'll do that to show you how the whole process works. Let me go up to the File menu, to XML Scripts again, but this time tell it I'd like to save the current script. It'll ask me whether I want to include the current text and graphics attributes. That's things like colors and fonts and so forth. I'll say yes. And then it'll show me a dialog box on which I can specify the name of the script. I'm going to call it a script. Not very original, but it'll appear near the top of the list since it starts with an A. I'll then say save, and this analysis has been written as a script and saved on disk. Okay, now let's go to the File menu to File New. Do I want to save the current Statfolio? No. That'll take me back to an empty data sheet with no analyses. Now, to replay that script, I'll go to File, XML Scripts, and tell it I want to execute a saved script. The script I saved was called a script. I'll put in that name and press Open, at which point it's now reread the data and regenerated that script. I hope our power users will be as excited about this new capability as I am, because I think it'll let you do a lot of exciting new things.